Hi guys, and welcome to the world of Beth. As you can see, this one's probably going to be a makeup tutorial. One eye's already done. One eye's already done. Still not good at the back to front thing. So someone has asked me to basically see if I could do a rainbow because Pride Month. And I know there are hundreds of Pride Month rainbow eyeshadow looks on YouTube at the moment. But let's be honest, they're all by professional makeup artists and most of us can't do them. I tried a few. Didn't look good. And I've got a lot of makeup. And I've been putting it on for a while. So I figured I'd try and do one with just the stuff that I have around the house and try and keep it as minimal as possible. So what I've used for today is my very, very favourite Beauty Glazed Colour Fusion Over the Rainbow, because it's a rainbow. Just to give it that little extra, I've also used their Beauty Glazed Press Glitter. Again, both of these are really economical. You're only going to be spending around £10 or less for anything that I show you today. And once you've got them, they're going to last you for a very, very long time. The other things you're going to need is this brush, which is the eyelash and eyebrow brush with the fine tip, obviously to get these precise lines. You're going to need one brush. This is a tapered blending brush 6. Who knew? It's to blend. It's a small one. White eyeliner, pencil sharpener, cotton buds, and because we're going to be using a lot of different colours, you should have your glass with warm water and a very soft shampoo. I recommend Johnson & Johnson's baby shampoo or any of the No More Tears ones. So if it does get in your eye, it might sting a little bit, but it's not going to ruin your makeup or hurt, or better, make you blind or damage you in some way. And that really is all we're going to use today. Oh, sorry. Sorry, I have allergies today, so I might cough a little bit. I promise I'm not contagious. We're also going to use a primer, obviously, for our eyeshadow. And that really is all you're going to need. If you're not really comfortable with lines or doing lines, or your hand isn't too steady, you can use an eyeliner first to create the line out here so you know where you're going to work from. But apart from that, it really is just those few things. So remember, whenever you're using any kind of eyeshadow, make sure you've put your foundation on first, or your BB cream and your primer, everything, whatever you're going to use. And then once that's done, we're going to do the first step, which is a little bit of primer where our eyeshadow is going to go. So I've done this eye today, so I'm going to do this eye for you, so it should be easier for you to see at home what I'm doing because of where I hold my mirror, and I'm right-handed. So first of all, I'm just going to apply my primer. I know there's proper materials and gadgets and stuff that you're supposed to use, and any makeup artist watching is going, stop using your fingertip. Makeup artists, we don't all have the money you do to spend on brushes and gadgets, and even if we do, we don't know what to do with half of them. And you know, I work, I'm sure most people work or you're busy with something, and I just don't have time to learn. So you know, I think this looks okay for an amateur, and so I hope it will work for you. So you want to put your primer literally everywhere today, because as you can see, this is a statement eye. Not for daytime use unless you're feeling incredibly brave, but we are going to be using quite a lot of eyeshadow, so make sure you get the whole area nicely primed. Now, I will just remind you again, I'm using a cream primer, but if you are one of those people with more lines or you have more hooded eyes, do make sure that you're not using a cream primer, that you're using a liquid primer, and you can pick these up from any of the low-cost brands like Rimmel or things like that, and they're just liquid eyeshadow primers that are just a few pounds, and that will really increase the longevity of the eyeshadow. Okay, so I've got my primer all there. Now I'm just going to take my favourite handy cotton bud and just make sure that primer isn't going in the fine lines I have under my eyes. I actually went to the salon today and I had a tint to put on my eyelashes because I don't like spending hours putting makeup on, and I do get very jealous of my Spanish husband and his fantastically dark, thick eyelashes. So I thought, I'll get mine tinted. And she was actually really shocked today to find out that I was 40. And I told her I loved her more than anything in the world. I think she was being nice, because if you look up close, I definitely have wrinkles here. Okay, so we're going to get started, and the first thing that we're going to do today is we're going to remember the colours of the rainbow. And literally, as I was doing this eye, in my head I was singing the red and yellow and pink and green song over and over, just to make sure I got the colours in the correct order. It's lucky that I teach children English, because I have to sing that song all the time. Okay, so we're going to start today with our Beauty Glazed Colour Fusion Over the Rainbow for our rainbow look. So here's the palette. If you haven't seen it before, you can pick it up on Amazon or you can get it on AliExpress. I really recommend it. It's a lovely palette, really strong, really vibrant pigments. I know it doesn't particularly look like it here that they're very vibrant, but that's just because my lighting's crappy. Trust me, in the real world, this is like, I walked in and said to my husband, "Hey, do you like this?" And he was like, "Whoa, where are you going?" And I was like, "Nowhere, I'm doing a YouTube video." So I promise in real life it looks a lot brighter. Okay, so first of all, we're going to start with red. Now, I'm just going to quickly do a little line to make sure we know from here that it's going to match on this side. This is a brown eyeliner pencil. You can rub it out. It's really quite easy to rub out. So I'm just going to start from the corner edge of my lashes, and being careful to see where my other eye goes. Just give me a template to know where to take each of the different lines to. Yep, that's about the same. I think maybe this one's a little bit too high here. I'm just going to take it down a little bit. Now obviously that's a really big thick line. We're not going to keep using that. So back we come to the lovely cotton bud. And we're just going to thin that down a little bit, because we don't want anything too big there. Blend back in my primer. And there you go. You have your line as to where you're going to take your colours to. So we're going to start with red, because that's the first one in the song. So we're just going to close our eye and we're going to use the red to follow your lash line right down into the corner. So we've got a nice thick red line. Now, you may have to go back a couple of times to refill with your palette, and it's at this point we're going to take the line up over the brown eyeliner that we used before, so that we've got colour there rather than that brown. There is no brown represented in the rainbow. There should be. Okay. So that's your first line done. As you can see, just red. And really, I could end the tutorial here. As long as you know the colours of the rainbow, guess what's coming next? Every single stage. But I won't, because, you know, someone will go, oh, I didn't know what to do after that, and there'll be a comment, and then I'll cry, because I'm still not very good at the crying. So we're going to clean off the brush. Make sure you have tissue handy to clean the brush off so that you know there's literally no pigment left over, especially because the next colour in the rainbow is yellow, which is one of the worst eyeshadow colours, in my opinion, to work with, because it blends with everything. Really annoying. Okay, so I'm going to go for a nice bright yellow. Remember, always blow so that we're not going to get lots and lots of pigment on your face, because you've spent a long time putting your beautiful foundation on. You don't want to go spoiling it with yellow eyeshadow everywhere. Okay, so then we're just going to start a little bit above, not right down to the corner, but we're just going to follow the red line just on top. So as you can see, the yellow line comes in. Now, this is where we're going to go slightly different. We're not going to go straight up here. We're just going to come to the edge of where the red is and then stop. So we've got a much shorter line of yellow than we did of the red. The red is the strong colour. So I'm just going to give that a couple of extra goes over just to make sure that the yellow is nice and strong and everyone can see it. Okay, so once you've got your yellow done, clean your brush, make sure you've got all of the colour off, and then we're going to move on to pink. So now I'm going to take a nice strong statement pink, and this is one of the things I love most since having my hair turned this colour. I've never been able to wear pink before. Pink made me look terrible. Now I can play with pink all the time. It's great. I feel like a 5-year-old again. I just need a Barbie and a pony and I'd be so happy. Okay, so we're going to do the same with the pink as we did with the yellow, which is obviously we've got a lot less lid space here. So we're just going to start a little bit on top again. And this time we're going to follow the yellow line. So it's going to go slightly further out than the yellow because we're going to make it meet the red. This pink is quite bright, which is nice. And again, I'm sorry if you can't see it very well, but it is super bright. It's just my terrible, terrible lighting. I think it contrasts quite well with the yellow, so you should be able to see it. So that's the pink done. Red and yellow and pink and green. Green is next. So again, clean your brush off. You are going to be doing this so much, so do make sure you have plenty of tissue. Get yourself a nice bright green. Blow, blow, blow. And again, above the pink, following the same line, out to the corner where the red is. Now for some reason, even though this is a super bright green on the palette, it doesn't come out as strongly as I would expect. You let me down, Beauty Glaze. You let me down. Okay, so we're going to come out again all the way. You should be starting to get a straighter line now. as you're going. Okay, so red and yellow and pink and green. Purple, purple, purple is next. I'm 40 years old. I feel like I should know this rainbow song more, especially as I sing it so often. Maybe it's some kind of way of dealing with the fact that I have to sing this every year so many times, but my brain just automatically tries to forget it, like some kind of rainbow PTSD. Who knows? Okay, purple. I like purple. I bet you couldn't guess that. So now we're going to go with purple, and again, just above the green. Following right the way along. Now at this point you should reach the tip of the red, which is fine, because we're going to bring that red up a little bit later. It's just to give you your basic line, so don't worry if you got to this point and go, ah, I've run out of room. It's okay. You have more skin. You can always take the red higher. So now we have our purple. We're nearly there, guys. Who thought rainbow eyeshadow would be so quick and easy? Seriously, not me. I thought this would take forever. When I was laying in the salon earlier, I was thinking, how should I do it? Should I do it like blending and stuff like that? And then I thought, no, literally every single video I've seen has been blend, 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 blend this, blend that. And I like blending, I really do. And I'm going to do a video shortly about blending different colours together. But I know some people who try and blend, and it doesn't matter what they do, it just ends up looking like the same colour. And this like ombre eyeshadows, I look at it and I'm like, no, it's blue. No, it's purple. No, it's pink. So I quite like this because I think it's more striking. Okay, so we've done purple, now comes orange. So I'm going to come on top of the purple with the orange, just like we did before. Bring it out. Nice and easy. The orange is quite a strong colour in this palette, so that's done. Clean it off. And then we're going to come to my favourite colour, which is blue. And you may see today I'm wearing my Blue Lions t-shirt, representing House Blue Lions. Dimitri is my boy. And if there are any Fire Emblem fans watching, you'll know what that means. Chewie, don't start. Chewie likes Edelgard. Okay, so I've got my final colour, I've got my blue. Now this one I'm going to use a little bit more than the others, mainly because it's my favourite colour. So I'm going to bring this one down into the corner of my eye. So where we're going to have red coming out here, we're going to have blue coming down this side. And then we're going to put blue across the top, over the orange, and out. Yeah, I think I put a little bit more blue on this side than I have on that one. Okay, so I'm just going to fill that line in, bring it slightly more out, and then before we start with the blending, I am just going to increase that red line into the corner, and we're going to use the red to go underneath our eye as well. Now because we've put our primer there, don't worry if the red turns a little pinkier, it's just because of the primer. And it's not a big deal. We also like pink. So I'm going to go back to my red. just going to take my red up a little bit to the corner, down a little bit here, and then into the corner of my eye. Now I'm just going to stop here with the red because I like green and I feel green is quite underrepresented in this eyeshadow look. So I'm going to put some green in this corner here, in the inner eye. But the red is on there now. Okay. So final piece of eyeshadow, then we can move on to some blending and some glitter, which is my favourite part. Okay, so I'm just going to grab that nice bright green again, and I'm just going to pop some in the corner here. To brighten it up. Okay, so we've stopped using our straight brush now. We're going to go over to this tapered blending brush number 6. And you're just going to gently go across each of the colours so they don't look quite so chunky. Especially in the corner. I'm going to do that again there. Especially with the red, because you want to blend that edge just a little bit. Okay, now last thing we're going to do is we're going to take our white eyeliner. And I know I've said before, I'm not a fan of putting eyeliner in the centre of the eye, but when you've got such a lot of bright colour on, you may just want to add a little white highlighter into the centre of the eye, maybe just out a little bit to give yourself an extra eye line, just so it opens your eye up a little bit. And also at this point, if you want, you can take some liquid eyeliner and just give some definition to the corner of your eye. So for example, in this eye I've just pointed a little bit of black eyeliner, and I'm just going to do the same here. Just to really make your eyes pop a little bit. Okay, so now we've got my favourite part, which is, and I cannot recommend this stuff enough, again I think it's about €6 on Amazon or AliExpress, the Pressed Glitter by Beauty Glazed. Okay, so if you have a look at the pressed glitter, you should be able to see, oh look, it's lots of glitter, but it's okay, look, it doesn't fall out, it's pressed. Great. So I'm going to be using this one here, which is really hard to see, but it's like a clear glitter and it just gives off like a sort of holographic sparkle. And obviously I don't want to go with all the big bright colours that are here, because we've already got quite a lot of colour on our eyes, in fact a whole rainbow's worth. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to take the pressed glitter and I'm going to dab it into my eyebrow line, just to give me some sparkle. Across here, same as I did here. Now just across here, maybe down a little bit, and that's really all you need to do. Don't know if you can see it sparkling, but trust me, it's really, really sparkly. And if you want to go that little bit further, you can take a little bit more, as I've done here, and just highlight a little bit onto your cheekbone with the glitter. Now, it's up to you at this stage if you would like to add some mascara. I literally cannot today. I am under salonist's orders, no mascara today, as I am not to rub my eyelashes with any kind of cleaning product this evening at all, because they've been tinted. So I'm not going to use any mascara today. If I were, I would be using Max Factor Lash Revival, which is my go-to mascara. I love it. I'm just going to take my hair down. And the last thing that I'm going to do today is I've just found this fantastic holographic lip colour, lip gloss. God, you can see I'm new to this, right? Okay. So I think this stuff is fantastic. It's called Lip Tripper Holographic Lip Gloss. Probably find it on Amazon, no idea. But it's just white, or so you think. And then you put it on your lips. And it goes all sorts of colours. I mean, again, you can't really see it on camera, but looking close up, I can see pinks, I can see purples. There's even a little blue in there. So that is my Pride look finished for today. So a nice bright statement eye, doesn't take very long at all. If I were doing this not as a tutorial, I would recommend doing one line each time, so you don't have to clean your brushes as much as I did. That got very, very, very old very, very quickly. And so if you just do the same line at the same time as you go along, you can build up your rainbow eye. So hopefully you have been able to see an amateur way of doing Rainbow Pride eyeshadow, and I hope this has been helpful for you. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if there are any particular looks you would like me to try, just leave a comment and I will get to them as soon as I can. So thank you for taking your time to watch this today. I hope you all have a great day. Bye.